active save file that you can just load. Once you have New Game Plus, you're able to do the secret ending, which happens about 2/3 into the game. So let's do that. It's only New Game Plus. So once you've beaten the game, you get the option to make a New Game Plus save. You load it, and you start the game from the beginning. The way the secret ending works, you literally just proceed through the game as you normally would. In fact, you proceed through the game specifically the way you would during the speedrun. And by that I mean, you don't interact with anything, especially with the dog. It's all about ignoring the dog, but also ignoring any background things. So you don't help anyone, and you don't talk to the dog, and you don't interact with background objects. So like the coffee in the cafeteria, or those pictures in the walls that I pointed out, you don't talk to those. I'll again point them out. Also, there's a bit of a bug, but when you do this, the dog follows you in the beginning of the game. But as you'll notice later in the game, you haven't even adopted the dog. Because soon you see the sequence where you do adopt a dog, and you're an older Claire. So it's kind of impossible for the dog to have been there with a young Claire. But of course, that's some kind of nightmare, so yeah. It doesn't need to make sense. So you basically really just proceed with the story as quickly as possible if you care. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a bonus that the secret ending is also the fastest playthrough of the game. You go to the right to get coffee, follow the coffee signs. It's kind of nice when you do this playthrough. The dog is following you in parts of the game where normally it doesn't, which is kind of cool. Although realistically, through the regulars, like a new game playthrough, the dog will be appearing like really soon. The dog would be appearing basically right now. In fact, they even made the dog disappear for this section. That's funny. The dog wasn't following you in that 111 section of the game, but it'll appear now. So I guess that kind of sort of makes sense. Dog comes, chases the nightmares away, and you proceed with the game. So I'll go through this really quickly. When you do this playthrough, if you're speedrunning or whatever, or if you know where you're going and you're not going to be wandering around, you also only need to pick up fewer health items because you're not going to be playing through the final boss section and stuff like that, where there's a lot of dangerous enemies that will hurt you. You only really need to play through one area that can require healing, so you don't need to sidetrack with so many health items. But this one is pretty much on the way. There's absolutely no reason not to pick it up. So here you find out how you got the dog. I suppose it's probably important not to really interact with things here very much, I guess. because like I said, this secret ending does kind of revolve around the dog, and from what I know, it revolves around treating the dog poorly. So if there's anything that would involve giving the dog attention, that's not good in terms of getting the ending. I'm gonna get this hard candy just because it's a habit. And there you go. You find the dog carcass or whatever that is. So basically the game proceeds as normal, as usual. So yeah, in this section I believe there's a place where there's some pictures on the walls. You don't want to interact with those, because those can trigger a little scene that involves the dog, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if there's those here or those here, but there's a place with pictures on the walls and you don't want to interact with them. Then you make your way to the pediatrician's office. It's covered in the walkthrough. So it's literally just business as usual. No changes whatsoever. Up until... So here's the cafeteria, so... Imperative... Don't interact with this coffee. Walk straight past it. If possible, moonwalk straight past it. Okay. So here it's also business as usual. Just be fast, I guess, if you care. It's not really important that you're fast, but yeah. If you're speedrunning, it's important to be fast. Puzzle solution as usual. Go to the elevator. See, I do wonder if here this section can be skipped. I'll have to check. Sadly, until you move this, until you drag this, the option to interact with the vent doesn't appear. So like, if you stand under the right vent and jump, the option to interact with the vent won't be there until you drag that thing that's there a little bit. Then the option appears. Very weird. But anyway, just proceeding as usual. invisible door. Of course, that's just the beginning of invisible doors. I'll grab this hard candy. Just I don't even know why, to be honest, but just for super safety, I guess. If you're quick enough here, the monsters don't even continue chasing you. Like, you can already hear the music disappeared. You're just making your way back to your mom's room. It's the one that's covered in candles, of course. I guess you do have to walk to here to trigger this. Hey, that Claire you don't get to see very much. It's like an intermediate Claire. Not quite kid, not quite baby, but not quite adult. Maybe you see her in some other cutscene. But anyway, this is a cutscene you can't do anything about. And we're in the school. Which, for this ending, is the last section of the game. Which is pretty cool. Once again, business as usual. Just don't interact with anything, really. If you want to be totally safe about getting the ending, don't interact with anything. Interact with things at your own risk. So here, for this ending, imperative that you do not get the dog. So, during my video, I kind of showed where you can get the dog. Don't pick up the dog. That's another imperative thing for this ending. Absolutely important. Then we're approaching another important part. Important section. Okay, so in this part of the game, we normally went through and right past these rooms went into this little hidden passage. In order to get this ending, you have to go into the room and pick up a little item before you go into that passage. So we're going to do that now. So this is the key item in order to get this ending. So you go through, this is the room where there's hidden cola here. Save spot. This is the vent that you go into to get cut across and proceed. However, you need to go into this hidden room here and go into this back room here in order to get the key item, which will be standing right here. If you did everything fine, you'll get this dot. It says you picked up a dot, but you actually picked up a dog statue. Not hard candy. Come on. Come on, game. You're better than this. Anyway, you picked up a dog statue. And you return back to the left, go into the vent next to the save room. Out of the vent, into the hole in the wall. Business as usual. So yeah, seeing that statue lets you know that you've done everything okay up to here. I'm just using that to make it go away. Realistically, I probably would have been okay. Most likely. Once again, skip the first pipe, go down the second. Just keep moving to the left, that's all it is. Keep moving to the left. Nothing else. It's very simple. Oops. Go into the very much invisible door. Play the tune. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Bolt cutters get dropped right next to you, and you return the way you came. Once again, here you're just heading to the right. Don't need to interact with anything, just keep heading to the right. Don't need to go down any pipes, because on your way back you go up a pipe. There you go. Keep moving to the right. Keep moving to the right. Oh boy. The spooks will settle in here, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Go here. And interact. Now you have the bolt cutters. So here, once again, imperative, don't interact with anything. Just forget about all things. If you want to get the secret ending, just be safe. And don't do things. So this section is annoying as hell. So it's, keep it safe. When I did my walkthrough of the game, I forgot to highlight an item you can take near one of the doors here. It's hidden inside a locker right next to a hidden door that you need to proceed into. Not this one, so this is an invisible door. Number 1. Go to here, run down this hallway. I believe it's in this locker right here. You interact with it twice, and you get a Happy Sun Cola Extreme, which is a very good item. And then you proceed to the end of the hallway, go into the hole in the wall, keep going to the right, go in the hole in the wall, go to the left, push the bookshelf, go in the hole in the wall, and again go to the right. Oops. Here there's another very good health recovery item if you want to use it. And then you just continue on to the right. And now you move to the left. Very different. Your health will probably drop here because it's scripted to happen. But there's a better place to recover your health in a little bit. You just keep going to the left. Interact with this, keep going to the left, interact with this. So here, I like to go into this room. A, to grab this hard candy. B, because it recovers your sanity. I'm also going to use an extreme Happy Sun Cola because there's 2 enemies here that you have to run past. It's RNG where they are. Generally, they're spaced apart. But not always. When I was doing my walkthrough, they were like right next to each other. Come on, where's the second one? There he is. Go in the hole in the wall, and you go upstairs. And you're very, very, very close here to the secret ending. Just keep going to the right. Keep going to the right. Once she says ebb and flow, you know you're on the last floor, and you can go to the left. And that's pretty much it. Here you can finish the game. You get the secret ending. If you've done everything correctly. You go to the tree, interact with it, it says I see, I see. Wait, where's the dog? And that's your secret ending. You got a little beret. So yeah, the dogs are going to kill us all because Claire's a bitch. We're all going to be murdered by dogs. Because Claire didn't want to look at the coffee or look at the pictures. So you get triple F because you did it awfully. But you get the S ending, which is a canon, and that will also unlock an achievement. Obviously the canon ending up here. Unlock the dog ending. So yeah, that's Claire walkthrough of the Claire secret ending. Thanks for watching.